Hi there, and welcome to a brief somatic movement practice known as head and neck. The purpose of this exercise is to help you to tune into your present moment body experience through movement of your head and neck. This exercise can be done standing or sitting down. It is important to remember throughout this practice that you are always in control of how you choose to move or not move throughout. If at any point you would like to move away from the practice, please do so, perhaps bringing your awareness back to your external surroundings. As you are ready, I invite you to begin your practice, perhaps starting to notice the sensation of the points of connection between your body and the floor or chair. Perhaps feeling your feet against the ground. If you are seated, noticing your upper body against the back of your chair. Or perhaps noticing your upper body in space if you are standing. If you'd like, you're welcome to notice that you are breathing. You may notice the breath moving within your body. You may feel the movement of the air around your mouth and nose. Or you may notice the way your body moves with the breath, perhaps feeling the ribcage moving with each breath. You might find another sensation within your body that feels useful to you at this time. As you breathe, you might like to bring awareness to your head and perhaps your neck. One way to notice your head and neck may be to bring awareness to where your head is positioned in space. You may bring awareness to any sensations arising through your head and neck as you notice their position in space. Another way to notice your head and neck may be to begin to bring movement into these areas of your body. If it feels useful, you might like to nod your head forward, tucking your chin in towards your chest. As you do so, you might notice some sensation through the back of your neck. You might like to stay in this shape, or perhaps you'd like to lift your head back to center, noticing any sensation that might arise with this movement. If it feels right, invitation to tip your head back, perhaps looking towards the ceiling and noticing any sensation through your head and neck as you move in this way. Perhaps you might like to continue with this forward and back head nodding movement, choosing how big or small you might like to make the movement, or how fast or slow you choose to move. If it's useful, invitation to notice your breath as you move in this way, perhaps syncing your breath to your movement. Breathing out as you nod your head forward, and breathing in as you tip your head toward the sky. Invitation to stay with this movement, or perhaps bringing your head back to center and beginning to turn your head over towards your right shoulder. As you do so, maybe noticing any sensation arising through the left side of your neck, or maybe not. Remembering there is no right or wrong in this practice. You may or may not experience any sensation as you move, and it's okay if you don't feel anything. From here, you might like to begin moving your head over to your left shoulder, choosing how fast or how slow, how big or how small you might like to make this movement. As you move your head from side to side, you might like to notice your breath. Invitation to begin to sync your breath with your movement, perhaps inhaling as you move your head to your right side, and exhaling as you turn your head to your left. Option to stay with your side-to-side movement, or perhaps you might like to move through some small head rolls, allowing your chin to tuck into your chest, and then perhaps rolling your head over to your right side, back, and then over to your left before returning to center. You might like to choose how fast or how slow you move in this way, and whether you might like to sync your breath with your movement. If you are moving your head from right to left, you might like to explore changing the direction of your head rolls, tucking your chin in towards your chest, and then perhaps rolling your head over to your left side, back, and then over to your right before returning to center. You might like to choose how fast or how slow you move in this way, and whether or not you might like to sync your breath with your movement. Option to continue with your head rolls, or perhaps taking any other movement through your head and your neck that feels useful for you in this moment. You might like to continue moving through these parts of your body, or perhaps you might like to come back to stillness, bringing your awareness back to the position of your body in space, and eventually back to your external environment.